Hello everyone, this is Preeti here. I hope you're all doing well. Already we have seen the quantity management theory under modern management theory. In this video, we are going to see about systems theory under modern management theory. The systems theory was actually found by Ludwig von in the year 1956, who is a biologist. Business is called the socio-technical system. In other words, we can say business is a technical system which interacts with the society. Coming to the introduction to systems theory. So first we are going to learn what is a system. It is composed of integrated, or in other words we can say interrelated or interdependent elements that are affected by their environment. In business, the elements are rules, methods, procedures and routines, or in other words we can say as arrangements, objectives and plans which continuously influences one another to perform a specific activity or to solve a business problem. Though there are different types of system, we have two main categories, namely closed system and open system. So the first one is closed system. The closed system is also called as theoretical system, where the system do not interact with the external environment. Second one is the open system or real world system. That is, most of the businesses adopt this open or real world system. The systems whose boundaries allow the exchange of information, energy, or material with the external environment. Let's see some of the examples of these two categories of system. First is a closed system which has closed boundaries. It don't take any input from the outside or the information transfer. The good examples are R&D department in each and every business. Like R&D stands for research and development. So for some security issues, they won't reveal any information even to the other departments inside the same organization. Next is production or assembly lines, where they have their own operating manual which is not known to any other departments, the same organization or to the other organizations. That is why it is called closed system. Coming to the open system, the organization which interacts with its environment for renewal or growth. The good example is feedback what we get from the customers after we sell the products, the marketing and advertising. Coming to the features of a system. So all the system have four main characteristics. They are, first, it has inputs, outputs and the feedback mechanisms. On the left, I have shown the subsystem has the input, process and the output with a feedback signal. It may be a positive feedback or a negative feedback. Second is homeostasis. Homo means same. Status means steady or stable. The system has the ability to maintain the stable internal state despite of the changes in the external environment. Whatever changes happen outside the organization in the environment, it won't affect the system. Third is the emergent properties. It is a property that a collection of system elements has, but the individual element do not possess anything. Fourth one is a system boundary. The system has a border that separates it from the external environment. So the environment includes customers, suppliers, distributors, regulators and competitors. There is a supersystems that is outside the boundary. Let us consider an example where organization is a system and many departments in the organization are subsystems, and outside the organization there is an environment which is called a supersystem. So after knowing what a system is, we should know why we need that business system or why we need systems theory in the business. First point is, it gives a clear and easier picture how the day-to-day activities takes place in each and every department to achieve the organizational goals. Second, it helps to maintain the efficiency and consistency of the output. That is, standard results will be achieved, which helps to reduce the cost, and it boosts the revenues even in the absence of the owner. That is, even if the owner is not available at that particular spot or any experienced employee is not there, a newcomer can even execute the same system to achieve the standard output. Third, it enhances the performance and helps in the growth of the business. With consistent results, the organization's performance will grow and it helps in the growth of the business. Fourth, it helps the owners or the managers in monitoring and managing the new employees. So on the right, I have shown that organization is a system, and inside the organization, there are many subsystems which is called as departments. that is production department, HR, that is human resource department, finance department, marketing department, management information systems department are called subsystems. And the organization is a system. Outside the organization or the system, there is an environment. So what are the common business systems that is adopted in most of the organizations? The good examples are the employee management system, the information management system, which deals with input data and storing of data. Third is the financial management system, which deals with all the accounts related to the business. Fourth is the enterprise management system. Fifth is the equipment or the machinery management system. Sixth one is the supplier, that is raw materials, and the product development system. Seventh one is the facilities management system, that is dealing with the buildings and all other infrastructures. Eighth is the operations management system. Ninth is the customer development system. And 10th one is the service and improvement management system. So these were the common business systems that is adopted nowadays in most of the organizations. So we are saying about business systems, why we need it, and some examples. Do you know how to create a business system? If you have a business, what you have to do is, first step, capture the daily and weekly routine activities or the task that you do. The task must be greater than 5 minutes and it is a routine work or anybody can do that task. If it is so, then record it in a notebook. Step 2. Document the activity and adopt that as a system. So you just write down all the activities, all the repeated activities that you do daily or weekly or monthly or yearly. Then after documenting it, adopt that system so that the new employees who come to your same role can adopt that system and have the desired or the standard results. Third is organize your system for each of the key areas or each of the key departments of your business. So this is how you create a business system. The good example I've shown here for systems theory is the furniture industry. So the furniture industry takes the inputs like capital, that is money, supplies like raw materials, software, machineries, labor like people, research labs like technology. After these inputs are taken from the outside environment and given to the subsystems, that is called human resources, finance, sales and services, production, marketing, management information systems, etc. So these were the subsystems, or the process takes place in the subsystems. This subsystems also gets the input from the environmental influences like government, that is rules and regulations, economy, that is market conditions or market demands, and culture, and it processes the input. Then the subsystems will give the output, which is nothing but the products or services to its customers and the dividends to its shareholders. The resources are also given to the competitor companies like other furniture manufacturers, and they'll produce the competitive products. So this is a very good example of systems theory in the furniture industry. Like the subsystems will take the input from the environment and they give the outputs to the environment like customers and shareholders. Also, it takes into account the environmental influences like government, economy, and culture. So organization is a system and the subsystems are human resources, finance, sales and services, production, marketing, management information systems. This is a very good example of open system or real world systems. I hope you like this video. For more videos, please subscribe to this channel UGC NET MBA Aspirants. Thank you.